What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tamra. If it is your first time here, what's up? Thank you for joining me. Today's video we are cooking with tea, y'all. I'm so excited because we are making birria tacos. If you have any form of social media, you've seen these tacos at least once because they are all the rage right now. The most popular thing in food, I think. And I was gonna go to an authentic Mexican restaurant, you know, find the best spot in Atlanta or whatever and try them out. But I'm always in the kitchen anyway, so why not make it myself? Because I am no chef, however, I did need a recipe to follow. So I chose Chef Resha. I follow her on Instagram. I read her blogs. So I went to her blog and printed out like a little schoolgirl. Got my little recipe sheets of her beef birria tacos with consommé. So I went to the farmer's market and I got everything, all of the peppers and the coriander, all the things that you need for this recipe. A good amount of the things I had on my own, but you do have to go and get these peppers because you cannot skip them in this recipe. So I'm really excited. Just wanted to stop in and say what's up, give credit to Chef Resha. This is her recipe. I will link her blog and her Instagram down below. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much because I'm really excited and it's already pretty late in the day and this gotta cook. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more cooking videos from me, share this video with someone you love, and let's get started. All right, y'all, I just wanted to give you an overview of all of the ingredients that you will need for this recipe. Majority of the items are kind of like pantry staples, so you should already have majority of these things, but the peppers and the meat and the cheese and stuff like that, you may have to go to the supermarket to get. All of those peppers there in the back were less than $3, so while it looks like a really big pack, they were very inexpensive. Just find your local Mexican supermarket or your farmer's market and you should be good to go. All right, so first things first, we have to stem and seed our peppers. So I'm just bouncing back and forth between my knife and my kitchen shears and getting rid of the stems and the seeds for all 6 of these different types of chilies that we are using in this recipe. So once I started, I realized I wanted to salt my meat just so that it can kind of sit for a few seconds while I chop up the rest of my veggies. So I used quite a decent amount of flaky kosher salt. It's a lot of meat, so don't be shy when it comes to the seasoning. I kind of went heavy-handed because I wanted to ensure flavor, and the outcome result was not too salty. I ended up adding more salt at the end, which we'll get to, but once I season my meat, I'm going to continue to chop my veggies. I'm going to chop up some onions, some carrot, and a big piece of ginger. At this point, I was about ready to scream because peeling garlic is a task, and I had to peel a whole entire head. But just go ahead and smash it. It kind of helps loosen up the skin, I guess, and peel until you're done. This takes a while, but of course I sped it up for you. Okay, here I am adding a little bit of avocado oil to my pan, and I'm gonna throw my chilies in and start to blister them. Her recipe calls for canola oil, but I use avocado oil just because it has a higher smoke point. So adding those to the pan and making sure that my fire is like about medium to low so that they don't burn, and I'm gonna continue to move those around until they're good and blistered. Okay, so to a large pot, I'm gonna add all of my chilies, onion, carrot, ginger, and that entire head of garlic. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add 2, 4, 6 cups of water and get that to a rolling boil, which should take about 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how high your heat is. Okay, so at this point, as you can see, my blender is pretty full. I didn't expect it to get like this, and at this point I thought everything was gonna go south, so I'm gonna let y'all think that too. But I went ahead and added everything to my blender and as much water as I can fit, and I blended it until it was completely smooth. Okay, so as you can see, I tried pouring half of the mixture over the meat and then continuing with blending the rest of my pepper mixture together. So I went ahead and added my seasonings, coriander, thyme, garlic powder, bay leaves, the works. Added that, added my brown sugar, then I added my adobo chili peppers, my fire roasted tomatoes, some distilled vinegar, and tried to mix the mixture together, but as we will see, that doesn't work either. So I'm like, what the heck am I gonna do? This doesn't fit in here. Like, how am I gonna cook this? dummy, I have a whole Dutch oven. So that's what we did. All right, so now that I have transferred everything into my Dutch pot, I am going to just add some more water. Her recipe calls for 8 cups of water. Didn't have the space for that, so I added another 6 cups, and that worked out just fine. I'm gonna make sure that all the meat is submerged into the liquid, and I'm gonna pop this into the oven at 300 degrees for about 3.5 hours until our meat is good and tender. Right, so about 3.5 to 4 hours later, you should have something that looks like this. Meat is practically falling off the bone. So I'm gonna go ahead and separate the meat from the consommé, and I'm going to shred it. I used a fork. You can use whatever you like. If you use your hands, just let it cool and probably wear some gloves. But we're gonna shred that up and then pour a little bit of the consommé over it just to keep it nice and moist. Once you're done shredding, you should have something that looks like this. And now we are going to skim some of the fat off of the top of our boiling consommé. We want to boil that for another 30 minutes to an hour, just to let the flavors just enhance. And we're going to use that skimmed fat to help fry our tacos in. So just collect that in a bowl and set it to the side. Our consommé is reducing. We're gonna start making our toppings for our tacos. I chopped up some cilantro, some onion, some thinly sliced jalapeno, cut some limes in half, and I'm going to mix all of that together and set that to the side for our topping. And then I sliced up some extra jalapenos just for a little extra kick. I'm just grating up some Monterey Jack cheese. Fresh shredded cheese is the move. Feel free to use bag cheese if you want. I use bag cheese all the time. However, I was feeling a little bit fancy, so I went ahead and bought a block and grated it myself. All right, now it's time to finally assemble our tacos. You're gonna add some of that birria fat to your pan that we scraped off of our consommé earlier. Add your tortilla. I'm using corn flour tortillas, but use whatever you like. I added my cheese. I added a little bit of our shredded meat. Then I added a little more cheese, folded her up, and let her crisp up on one side, and then flipped it over to crisp up on the other side. And you're just gonna continue that until you have your desired amount of tacos. Y'all, please excuse my change of clothing. Your girl done took a shower while that consommé was reducing and got good and ready to stuff her face, okay? So now we're going to plate our tacos. We're going to stuff a few of them with that onion cilantro mixture, add a few lime wedges to the plate because I love my tacos with lime, and then we're done. Ready to eat. You got some consommé on the side to dip your tacos in. Baby, these were really good. DJ loved them. I love them. It was a hit. I promise this recipe seems really intimidating, especially with my minor catastrophes. However, it's really easy. It's just kind of like an all-day process because you have to let your meat cook. If you have an Instant Pot, it might be a little bit quicker, but nonetheless, it is worth the try. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out Chef Resha's blog. Hit her up on Instagram. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone you love, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.